All right, y'all know what that sound means. Time to move. Welcome, Facebook. It's Financial Fair Friday. Our private on Friday. Your time on. I once you're coming on, please check in on Facebook and let us know where you are watching us from. If you're online, check in and let us know where you are participating from. Now, y'all know I'm on Facebook. I'm trying to find the check-ins. I'm trying to find the check-in.
I can't find it so I can share it.
We're going to get this technology together. Yes, we are. I know we're going to get it together. My computer says we're live. So guess what? We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. I'm looking for you, Facebook. I know you all are checking in. And I'm going to find you on here. Either Rita or I are going to find you on here. I'm just not sure how to.
I think it went away somewhere. I don't know how to find it. It's gone. Like,
I don't know either. And so.
make sure we live. It says we live. I don't think Facebook has caught up. I said we keep it going. I'll keep looking.
Yeah, you keep looking. So welcome, everyone, as you're checking in. Thank you so much for joining us again for another episode of Financial Fair Friday. I am your co-host, Darlene Jenkins, and my other co-host,
Dr. Rita B. Rowland.
Dr. Rita B. Rowland. And of course, we are your Financial Fair Friday team, and we are with Affordable Benefit Solutions. So welcome, everyone. And I just want to let those of you that are new here online or watching us on Facebook, that this is a webinar that we give every other Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're also broadcasting simultaneously live on Facebook. So welcome all of our Facebook watchers. And what we do during Financial Fair Fridays is we pull back the curtain so that you can get an in-depth understanding of not only your federal benefits and your best retirement investment options, but we give a myriad of financial information to help you on your financial journey. And of course, please right now, text your friends, email your friends, tag them on Facebook to let them know they can get on here with us at, they can register at www.ritabrolandevents.com. And of course, if they're on Facebook, you can tag them and they can look for us at your AB Solutions. And you can also go to our website at www.yourabsolutionsinc.com and watch all of our prior broadcasts there, or at our YouTube site. So you want to catch up, you don't want to miss anything.
So, Ms. Darlene, actually, really quick, did you post it to the page? Did you make sure you posted right? Because it's not here. So we're going to I'm going to let her do that. And I'm just going to be saying hello to y'all again so she can check to make sure she put it on the right page. So it's going to be a great Friday. We're going to catch you up on where you are so far this year. So we're looking forward to the next 15 to 20 minutes of some really good information just to see where you are so that you could do your own check. So if she could just click to the next page, I'll keep it going. So we thank you. She's clicking to the next page for me.
I am clicking to the next page.
So we do appreciate your patience. You know, God, we've been doing this 2 years and we still seem to be having some technical difficulty. We need to find somebody who's like about 16 and we wouldn't have none of these problems.
Just 1 second, because apparently I have, I don't even know how to, okay, there we go. Click.
So, of course, as we always tell you that this information is pretty much generic in nature. Of course, there are things that are on here that are actually facts. So we'll give you information, but it may not be what you need specific. So that's why at the end, everybody is, if you want to sit down with us, we can tailor make whatever you need, whether it's a debt plan, a retirement plan, insurance, estate, we can make it just for you. So the information that we share would be generic in context, but it's going to be some really good information. So we thank you for that doesn't apply to me. Everything will not, but it'll help you give you a broad view. And guess what? This call is not about just you and me. It's about all the other people we can touch. So maybe it can help your friends and your family. Our purpose, as you know, is just to help you understand your benefits, understand your retirement systems on your job, your life insurance. What do you have on your job and how does it play into your big picture? Understanding your own money and how do you spend? What are your habits like? And does your money spending align with your values and what you say you believe in? And to offer you solutions that will help enable you to reach your financial destination. Our job is to help you fill in those gaps so that you make sure that when you finish and you're done, you got a plan in place to take you all the way to the end. And I think she may be having some difficulty still. Well, this is the year of the sacrifice. And, I think when the Lord sent this to me was when we were dealing with the shutdown, and many people were calling because they were really afraid that they wouldn't have enough money to make it. And the Lord was like, talk about the year of the sacrifice, that this is a year that we have to give up something. And the definition of sacrifice is an act of giving up something value for the sake of something else regarded as more important or worthy. And as we think about giving up those things that we may spend our money on, or even our time for something that's more valuable later. Not that what you spending your money on now isn't valuable, or what you're doing in time-wise isn't valuable, but we're looking at something more valuable down the line. So is it worth you not shopping as much and going out as much and doing a vacation if you don't have enough in your retirement plan, if you don't have a reserve? Now, we talked about reserves in the past because you work a job having 2 or 3 months. But if they're talking about a real recession, I don't know about y'all, but you need to have, I say, 6 months to a year. And they're talking about 18 months to 2 years. I say a year. I say you need to be planning that this thing could shake down in a year. And I'd rather be proactive and prepared than on the other end not prepared. So if you looking at this thing, what can you do? Well, Rita, I don't even have a month and I'm living paycheck to paycheck. That's why you need to sit down with us and let us help you with this budget and help you create a plan. And maybe you won't have 6 months, but if you don't even have a month, at least 3 to 4 months would be better than nothing. So Ms. Jenkins, are you still having problems?
Yeah, we'll have to just post it.
Okay, all righty. So we're sorry. I'm going to put a note on Facebook. You keep going.
Yes. So with us coming to the approaching the end of the year, we decided to, hey, let's look at where we are right now. This is our third quarter check-in. Am I on track heading into the fourth quarter? We set some goals at the beginning of the year, financial goals. Also, maybe some of us set some physical goals. And so right now, what we want to do is just to check in, because we're at the end of the third quarter, and see, okay, am I on track? I'm not on track. What exactly, is going on? So let's get into that. Am I on track heading into the fourth quarter? So the first thing we're going to need to do, we're going to look at, is creating your financial inventory checklist. So what exactly is an inventory checklist? What that entails is just taking inventory of your finances. Where am I right now? That this is going to take some work. So if you have a pen and paper, please, at this time, take it out. Rita and I, we come on. We want to make sure we're giving you the information, but it's going to take some interaction. Financial planning is not something we do to you. This is something that we do with you. So we're going to need your participation as well. So when you take inventory of your finances, first thing you have to do is ask yourself some questions. What is my net worth? How do I determine my net worth? Well, number one, you're going to need to look at what are your assets. Your assets are things of value. So you're going to need to look at what is the balance in my savings account, my checking account, retirement account, valuables like my jewelry, my money market account. So anything of value, my children's educational account, because if it's in your name, even though it's for their benefit, that's technically your asset. So also you want to include in there your emergency fund, things that you're saving for case of an emergency. Like at the beginning of the year, you know, we had that shutdown, and Rita and I went over then things you can do to weather the next storm. So do you even have an emergency fund? Are you working towards that yet? Also, what are your debts or your liabilities, such as your credit cards, your loans, personal loans, student loans, your children's student loans? I now have children's student loans with my daughter in college. Yeah, so that's real. What are your portion of those student loans? Your other debts, as well as your mortgages. Now, when you're going through this, you want to remember to include in there your monthly expenses, such as what your rent payment, your utilities, cell phone bills, all of this. You want to take a note of exactly what that is. So then after so now we're working down the checklist. I'm sorry, you all, let me just try something real quick again, because our Facebook family, they want to get on. So I think I had a technical glitch over here. So please bear with me as we get this going again.
So, yes. So
you want to go ahead while I'm doing this?
Well, let's just give it, if you guys could just, I'm going to sing to you for like 60 minutes so she could try to do that. Actually, I would not sing you guys out. I won't do it. I will show you my video but I don't want to expose it yet. But
no, don't read it.
That's not my, but it says we're now streaming. So let me check, because it says we're streaming now, because I'm not a good singer. So you don't want me to do that.
No, we really.
I think we got it, darling. I think we here.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That's what we needed. So I'm just going to jump back in here. Welcome, Facebook.
Oh no, it says we was live, so something happened.
No, we're live again. I stopped it when you said we didn't see it, but anyway. So now we're back. Thank you all for hanging in there. We're back. Just a little technical glitch. So as we continue on, for those of you just joining us on Facebook, we are going over your financial inventory list. And the first thing I said is that you need to do an inventory of where your finances are as of today, August the 23rd. Where am I? What are my assets? What are my liabilities or debts? Then you need to check your credit. You have to see what's going on with your credit. What is, pull your credit report. You can get an annual report from Free Credit Report. You can go to Credit Karma and get a credit report. Then you want to look at what is your credit utilization, meaning based on the amount, your limit that you have on your debts, your credit cards, how much of that, how close are you to being maxed out? That's what the credit utilization means. And Rita, they should be around where to make
about 40% for your credit utilization, and make sure to not have it all in just charge card. It's really good to have a mix of credit. It's good to have cards you've had for a long time. So one of the mistakes that many people make, darlings, if they pay off their card and they decide that they don't want to use it anymore, so they call and cancel the card. Do not stop the card, because that brings down your debt to equity ratio, because you have less credit out there. Like what I do, I cut up the cards, I put them somewhere where I don't use them at all. I got cards I have not used in 3 years, and actually that's not true. What I do is every 6 months, I take out a card and I go buy gas, and I come right home and I pay the bill off in like 2 weeks or so, let it hit the bureau, but then I pay it off in 2 weeks. So you want to keep them up there, because it makes you look good credit-wise, because you may have 10 cards, but you're only using 2 of them. But those other 8 cards allow your debt-to-income ratio to be lower, because you got this credit maybe worth 50 grand, but you only using 8 grand. So it makes you look really good. So whatever you do, have a mix, have them on there as long as possible, and do not use them up to the max.
Exactly. That is great recommendations, Rita. And everyone, as we go through this is a lot to get into. And just so you know, we are not going to be able to cover everything, but on our subsequent Fed Friday on September the 6th, we're going to really start breaking down. This is an overview of what the financial inventory checklist looks like. And then now, after we go over this next broadcast, we're going to start looking at what's going on your financial inventory checklist. Okay, so in 2 weeks you should have pulled all of this. So then you want to review your goals. If you haven't set any goals, this is the time to set your goals. What are your short-term goals? Such as, maybe I'm gonna get these credit cards paid off, or I'm gonna get a certain amount of money saved up. I'm gonna start my emergency fund. Those are your short-term goals.
And I would say look at where you are. The whole purpose of this is looking at where we are thus far this year. So let's say your goal at the beginning of the year was you wanted to have, $5,000 saved of liquid cash, and you look, okay, I only got 2,500. What can you do these next 4 months? So you need to look at this budget. How can I pull on average $600 a month so I can put into that reserve so I can hit? That's a short-term goal. Looking at where you said you want it to be, which is the whole purpose of this your webinar, is for you to have a check-in with yourself. So if I haven't hit the goal, based on what you're doing, do you think you'll get it by the end of the year? If not, what do you need to shift and adjust so that whatever that goal was at the beginning, the short term, which means I got 4 more months to get this in. I got to get my grind on. I got to get my sacrificing on. I got to get my reserve, whatever that may be. It could be that little short period of time, or it could be, okay, I messed up. I'm going to give myself until tax time next year. So those are how you want to look at it. Make it realistic. Like, don't be not paying your car note so that you can save, but make sure that you can concentrate, and you got to be willing to give up something. Okay.
Right. It's the sacrifice. And of course, your long-term goals, setting those. Most people center those around their retirement, but yours may be, okay, I want to buy a home. I want to get my home paid off. Long-term goals. And then this is very crucial, because now you want to start looking out broader, spreading out, looking at, things concerning your family, concerning you. So that may involve, it does involve conducting an insurance review. What insurance do I have in place? Is it term? How much is it? Have I had any life changes? Did I get married? Did I get divorced? My children are going off to college. Just what do I need to do? My beneficiary review. Have I changed? Have these life circumstances created a change that I have not addressed?
And I would say that the insurance and tax review, it connects to your long term, because even though Darlene didn't say a lot about long term is critical in you planning, not waiting until it becomes a short term because you got 6 months to retirement. One of the things that we talk about in our workshop that's going to be coming up, I hope we have them listed. If not, we'll send that out to you. But when you think about retirement, that long-term goal, what tax bracket are you going to be in if you keep doing the exact same thing? Oh, I don't want to have 90% of my retirement income taxable. Then what do you need to do now so that you can begin to shift that 5-10 years out? Or your insurance, like if you only have this, you're not looking at it, you're looking at long-term. I have term because it was cheap for me when I was in my 20s and my 30s and I had kids. Now I'm in 40s and 50s. Is this the right thing for me? Or how do I make sure that if I live to 90, that's still into effect? So those two ultimately impact your long-term goals. So you got to be able to look at everything and then you got to look out. You got to look at the old you and determine what you need to do now so that becomes your long-term goal. And you may have to break it up in short-term pieces, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. And with the tax review, as Rita said, and this is crucial if you are still working, because when you sit down with your Financial Fed Friday team or any of our team members here at Affordable Benefit Solutions, we can do a tax map for you and look out into the future to see, based on what you're going to have coming in from all of your sources of income, tax deferred, tax free, taxable, to see how is that going to impact your tax picture. So that's going to be very important to understand taxes in retirement. That sneaks up on a lot of people once they retire because they hadn't thought about the taxes or the healthcare costs in retirement. And then you want to look at doing a career development assessment. Am I taking training? Have I taken the training I said I wanted to do? You know, what, again, going back to your goals, what did I set out at the beginning of the year that I said I wanted to accomplish in my career? Did I start a business? Did I end a business? Am I thinking about doing a business? And let me tell you, if you are driving, doing the ride share services, you're in business. You have a part-time business. And so you have to account for that. Are you doing proper accounting, understanding all of that? You're not just driving people around and making money. You are actually in business for yourself. But just taking it back to your career, to your employment on your full-time job, you know, what are some of the things, you know, you can do to help push yourself towards more upward mobility? Did you go or even apply to any of the training sessions that occur annually? Rita and I, we went to 2 this year, the federally employed 3. Yeah. Federally Employed Women Conference, that's annual. They put on a great training and career development, as well as the Blacks in Government National Training Conference. They all put on workshops concerning finances that Rita and I conduct, as well as career development, upward mobility. Training you on everything from how to use the computer to how to deal with people and EEO, everything. So Rita, did I miss one?
No, but I would say that in Bible study about 2 weekends ago, maybe last week, we were talking about something with church, but this young lady, she compared it to people say that they can do their jobs with their eyes closed, or they don't even know that they can just do their job. And basically what she was saying is that if you could do your job and not even think about it, that means you haven't taking yourself to the next level. You haven't grown any. You're still in that same place that you've been forever. So if you think about it, if you could just do your job, there's nothing that's challenge you to get better. You don't have to study anything. You're not looking at anything. You may need to look, okay, I'm still in the same place. And even though it's easy and I don't have to do anything, is that what you truly want? So now you may need to take it, Darlene, say, take a class, take a study. How can I get to the next level where I'm always being challenged? And not only will it maybe help you make more money, it'll help move you up, but it'll help our brains, because if we don't have to think about something, that means we're not using these brain cells for real. Because we're really at this moment, we're on automatic. We just doing what we always do. Get up, do, put it here, check it, collect it. So think about that as you think, especially if you're in your 30s and your 40s, you know, you want to be challenged to do something. I know my sister, she's been looking for a job and she got one, but really she was just saying, I'm there pretty much getting paid and I'm not always being challenged. And so she was looking for something that's going to challenge her to be better at who she is. And so I'm glad she got a new job. So think about all of that.
Exactly. We don't want to just be going through the motions to get a paycheck. And as I said, we're going to give you useful tips on how to change all of these, go through your financial inventory and see, and help you and walk with you on how to put all of the pieces together. Because putting all of the pieces together, what's going to be right for you? We don't know. It depends. Everyone is a different individual. Everyone has different needs. And so one of the things you can do, of course, we're here to help you map out that strategy, to help you reach your financial destination, to help go over that checklist with you, your financial checklist with you. And what we have done, these are all of the areas how we can help you. And as I said, we're going to be digging in, going over each step with you. So we offer here at Affordable Benefits Solutions, through your Financial Fed Friday team, life planning, We help you with questions to imagine yourself in retirement, the things that you need. Also, budgeting, that's going to be key. That is Rita and I's favorite word, budget. So get used to it because it's going to become yours too as we go on this financial journey with you. So just determining, your income needs, your retirement sources, how to live on this money for the rest of your life. Then also account management, helping you, once you leave from the accumulation stage while you're working, accumulating your retirement and transitioning into your distribution phase, meaning I'm retired and now everything that I've socked away, I have to figure out how to make it last forever and not just a song, if you know what I mean. So also, how if I should do the Roth, how much money I should take out, which money I should take out. Also, portfolio management, like I said, going over the tax implications on the funds that you had. And so to help with this reset, if you need it, Rita and I, we're going to be conducting some workshops to go over once we finish the series. Then the workshops are going to be here to help you get on track or continue on track with your financial goals. So on October the 8th at 6:30 p.m., we're going to be conducting the workshop, Getting Your Financial House in Order, financial renovations. What do we need to do? What pieces do we need to move around to make our house whole? And then on
the 29th. I was like, she got the 8th, girl, but we're going to be busy that day.
Yeah, I'm going to be busy because it's going on simultaneously, but no, it's not. That's an error. It's actually October the 29th at 6:30 p.m. here at our office at 9500 Medical Center Drive in Largo, Maryland. We are then going to get into planning your retirement because a lot of you on here are retiring, or thinking about retiring at the end of the year. So this is the workshop for you. And I want to say this is going to be limited seating. So once we put up the registration, you want to go ahead and sign up for that right away.
And can you please, everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice, do not just block off the time if you have no intentions on coming. You just want to make sure you got a seat in case you do decide to come. Really block the time because it's limited seating. We don't want people blocking it all just to have a seat, but you're not really sure you're coming. Making sure it's something you're coming. If somehow you miss it, we will have another one, but we don't want to have seats reserved and then you don't show up and the people who really wanted to come we didn't know that you were not serious, and so we got an empty seat that could have been filled. So make sure when you register, make sure it's something that you really want to come to so that we can reserve it for the people who do.
Right. And if you do register and you realize that, oh no, I can't make it, please call us back. Let us know. Look, give up my seat because I'm not going to make it, because we know these workshops are going to fill up fast as they always do. So thank you for understanding and cooperating with us. So of course, Affordable Benefit Solutions, we are a full service financial solutions firm, and we run the gamut on all of your financial needs. From retirement planning, as we have here, we teach you about tax-free retirement concepts and how to be your own banker, how to effectively and most efficiently roll over your IRAs, TSPs, to maximize those funds, estate planning, understanding the difference between a will and a trust to help you minimize probate costs, and just unnecessary taxes and costs that you would not have to do. And when we do that workshop, for those of you who have never heard my story, it is the epitome of having a great estate plan in place and just the emotional stress that it takes off you in addition to the financial stress. So insurance services, this is definitely in our wheelhouse. We go over everything from life insurance. GoFundMe on Facebook is not a life insurance plan. Sit down with us, even if you just get a burial plan in place. But we go over all of that with you as we go over your financial inventory checklist. Also, paycheck protection or disability income. We protect everything, these phones that we have, our home, our health, but we don't protect the one thing that allows us to pay for all of that, which is our paycheck. That's disability insurance, paycheck protection. And then, of course, long-term care insurance. That's your retirement paycheck protection, because you can accumulate a lot of money. And then if you have an unexpected or expected, like, your health is, you're not in the best of health, or you may have a few health challenges now that may become exasperated as you get older. You may have a long-term care need, and the money that you have accumulated will be zapped just like that. But you can learn to exchange a little bit of dollars, your premiums, for a whole pool of money from the insurance company, so that all of your money isn't used up. And then, of course, credit and debt elimination. That's going to be a major factor. What is your credit and debt situation like to, achieving your financial goals? We have a whole system that helps you with enhancing your credit and, reducing your debt to give you a new kickstart on your new financial you. So,
and I think it's important, Dr. Arlene, as you begin to think about all this, as we think about what could happen to this economy, having problems with debt and your credit could be really, it could make that situation even worse for you financially. And I'm not, I'm praying that people maintain their mind, but we know the last time that happened, people commit suicide, people get really depressed, families break up. And so the whole purpose of what we do is to help you be in this proactive mindset, to begin to look at where you are, like, as much as, what we can do, sit down with us. Yeah, that's what you could do that, but it's really going to be determined on what you're willing to do for yourself, because we can't help you until you're willing to do something yourself. So whatever you do when you leave this call, don't just, that was good, and close your book and don't think about anything we said. Begin this weekend or the next week. What are you going to do for yourself? Begin to take your finances into your own hands. As much as we can do, we can make a miracle. We got clients on here retired because of our solution, but they was willing to do something. They was able to come. They looked, they pulled their stuff, they did their budget. You have to do something. You have to evaluate where you are. That begins first with you making a decision to take the first step. And that means looking at yourself and say, oh, wow, I'm doing good. Oh, I need help, and being okay with getting help. Because when we're sick, we go to the doctor. When we need a lawyer, we go to a lawyer. But when it comes to our finances, we suffer in silence, and we try to do it on ourselves, and it doesn't always work. So as you think about all this, really begin to make a decision to do something for yourself, you guys. It's going to get tight. And whether you make it or not, it's going to be dependent on what you do today and what your plans are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our pastor always tells us the situation where we are today is not because of the action we did today. It's from the thoughts, decisions, and choices we made years ago got us to this place. So we already know, as Rita said, things are coming up. It's been all over the news. We're getting financial warning signs about a coming recession. So as Rita said, you have to make a decision that I'm going to do something about it, because oftentimes we'll say, oh my gracious, I wasn't prepared. I can't believe this happened. Well, they have been warning us that this is going to happen, and preparation is going to be paramount. We always hear that saying that knowledge is power. No, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is just knowing. Applied knowledge is power. So there you have it. And okay, so that's it for us this week. As I said, in 2 weeks on September 6th, we're going to come back. We want you to be here with us. And when you come, bring 1, 2, 3 more of your friends, family, or coworkers with you as we jump into the financial inventory list and tips and tidbits on how to tweak or start your financial inventory list.
All right. Thank you. Nope, that's it.
Does anybody have any questions here or on Facebook? Before we go, we appreciate you. We really do.
Thank you, you guys. I guess I didn't see it. So for you on Facebook, if you had a little break in service, it's my fault. I apologize.
Yes, but hey, this is your Financial Fed Friday crew, and it wouldn't be Financial Fed Friday if we didn't have some fun and some hiccup. But
we just want to have fun and no more hiccups, y'all.
we
We
really
gonna
do.
some hiccups.
Already know, I think what it was, everyone. I took my daughter to Xavier, and so I don't know. I'm going to blame it on that, my foggy brain and computer glitches, because my computer is upset too that my child is gone to Xavier. But I'm getting over it. I'm starting to learn how to enjoy my freedom and no more Uber driving for my daughter.
Right.
So, it's wonderful. So thank you.
I don't think we have any questions. I don't see any on Facebook, and none here.
On here either, Rita. So thank you, everyone. We will see you back here on, September 6th. All of our phone callers, we see you. Thank you for joining us. Please come back on September 6th. Bring your other friends, family, and co-workers with you, and we will see you again on the broadcast. Take care, everyone. Bye, Facebook.
Bye.